Don't forget to subscribe.
Lights, camera, action. Let's get it.
Let's get it. And you are here for episode 3 of Right or Wrong.
Right or wrong. All day.
Now, on TikTok they say, we listen and we don't judge.
Yeah, that's for sure.
No.
That's for sure.
By default, we listen and judging.
You're right. You're right.
By default, right?
We say we ain't judging, but we judge.
Oh, no, we judge. No, we definitely judge. All right? So, there's so much to talk about now.
Yeah, what's going on?
So much to talk about now.
Well, what we're going to address today is this young lady by the name of Shiloh Hendrix.
Okay.
She's being accused of calling a child reportedly under 5 or at the age of 5 the N-word.
Heard.
Not only is she accused of this, she's now fundraising off of it, using the platform of Give, Send, Go. What are your thoughts on that, sir?
Okay. So let's dial it back a little bit. Right? I'm sure the people know what happened, but I think a recap is in order.
Okay.
Lady said somebody, baby, whatever, was stealing from diaper bag or whatever. She got so upset, an adult got so upset that she called a baby African American a nigga. Right? Because the public is publican.
Right. Public is publican.
Right? Somebody said, I know you fucking lying.
Yeah.
Pulled their camera out.
Yeah. Pull this camera out.
Got right with her. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Found out that she learned quickly that even though Trump is in office, she's not as protected as she thinks she is.
Facts. That's facts. That's facts. Because she definitely thinks she protected.
You see? So, internet went on ahead and interneted,
And now,
but it kind of backfired in the sense that now she has this situation where she's raised nearly $750,000.
yeah.
Right?
Last reported $770,000. I looked it up.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. She
That's-
says
that's-
it's for the protection of her family. Now the question is this: was that baby protected from her?
Not at all.
So
Not
what are
at
we
all.
talking about? So what are we really talking about?
I mean, because she was reportedly going after the kid until old boy pulled out the camera. Then she wanted to get with the flipping him off, calling him the N-word,
So
talking about if the child is gonna act like that, then that's what she gonna say.
So if do you know who Dr. Francis Cress Wilson is?
Who?
Dr. Cress Wilson.
No, I don't believe I heard that name.
Okay.
But it's
She
nice day to learn
is-
something new.
Yeah, no. She wrote several novels pertaining to how racism has affected black people in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
So her work is largely surrounding the genetic code, fear, and other issues are affecting black people today. Now, mind you, she wrote these books a long time ago.
Okay.
This is not recent material. She is still very much alive and looking fantastic. All right. Now, one thing that she identifies is there was a moment when white women, particularly, were killing black kids.
Yeah, the first.
They had to make a law to stop white women from just killing black children because they felt like it. This is post-slavery.
Post-slavery. Whoa, wow.
This is post-slavery.
Wow, that's news to me. See, you learn something new every day, bro.
So fast forward to today.
Mm-hmm.
You got a white lady being aggressive towards a black child.
Right.
If that doesn't ring familiar, do you think that she would have displayed this type of rage towards an adult?
No. If it was a black adult, maybe. Maybe her entitlement, she would be like the lady in Central Park.
That's a lot of carrying.
I'm gonna call 911 until them African Americans threaten my life, even though he didn't threaten her at all.
At all. He didn't threaten her at all.
Told her to put her dog on a leash. He out there bird watching.
Yeah.
Now you threatening this man's life.
Yeah. Because calling the police.
Yeah, that's a threat to his life.
Threat to his life.
Yeah.
For sure.
You see what she said? African American. She didn't say a man threatening me.
No.
She said African American.
That's pointedly targeted.
Because she knows
They're gonna
what
come
the
in hot.
results could be.
They're going to come in hot.
Right.
It's not going to be one cop car.
Right.
2 cop cars. It's going to be like 6.
Right. So, okay, let's put that aside right quick. Because I know you don't follow these cases like I do. But it's a white woman named Karen Reed is being prosecuted. With my back. Persecuted, right? Over in Massachusetts.
You talk about this often, yeah.
So
let's not get too far from the subject.
We're not. I'm gonna get in line. I just want to get this point in.
Okay,
all right.
Go.
So one of the main characters, one of the main witnesses, called the police, right? Because they found this man in the snow.
Yep.
Right.
I remember that part. I don't follow it like you said, but I remember that part.
Right. So instead of saying there's a police officer down in the snow,
right,
she said there's a man down in the snow.
Language is important.
And so if you say police down, officer down,
they coming.
Everybody coming. The whole goddamn police.
The whole, yeah.
But no, she didn't want that. She didn't want that kind of response. So she said a man. And I just said that because the language is different.
Language is very different.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If she say African American,
yeah.
they're going to come in storming.
Yeah, they're going to come in storming.
That's all I'm saying.
No. Point taken.
Back on subject.
Point taken. So she goes to this site and is raising funds because her family is being persecuted. She feels that her and her family are unsafe. Kid can't go to school. Husband can't work. They're in fear of their life. Some days are fine, but most days are not. And because of something she did. So she wants people, the general community, to give her money because her or her husband can't, her and her boy, whatever, they can't work because of this. Tragedy that has happened to them.
Because of her bad actions.
Because of her bad actions.
She need other people to give her money to make.
Sound very white womanish.
To make her life.
Doesn't that sound very
easier.
white womanish too?
Oh man.
That's giving white woman for sure.
That's so privileged.
That's very privileged. Super privileged. Very privileged. But how did she raise nearly $750,000?
Because these people who are remaining nameless because they won't put their name on it are supporting racism. Steadfast. Supporting racism.
So by supporting a woman who called a black baby a nigger, giving her money so that she can survive because she can't survive now because she essentially canceled herself.
Yeah, she canceled herself. Even if she can't work, I'm not feeling sad for her.
Because she gotta control herself.
Right.
So
you got freedom of speech and there's consequences to that.
There's consequences to everything.
And nobody should be supporting her for
So
that.
the people who are giving her money are essentially saying it was okay for her to do what she did.
Right.
And they doing it anonymously.
Anonymously, not because I looked it up. I looked over 300 donations that I seen that I looked into.
They're all anonymous.
They all said anonymous.
So that's definitely support. And they know they're supporting something that's not right.
Because they won't put their
They
name
won't
on it.
put your name on it. On your mortgage.
Yeah.
You're a homeowner.
Right.
Is
My
your
name on it.
Oh, your name is on it.
Yeah.
You
When I go pay my car note, my name is on
your
it.
name is on that?
Yeah.
How does your employer know who to pay?
Name is on that.
My name is on there.
Yeah.
Everything that belongs
She said her
to me.
social security number was doxxed. I don't know how that could be.
Everything that belongs to me has my name on it.
Yeah.
You go through the process to give online like you pay anything else. Name, card information.
Oh yeah,
Security code.
Give, Send, Go know who donated the money,
Right.
but the public don't know who donated the money, and that's my problem.
That's nasty work.
I feel like if you're gonna support racism, put your name on it so we know who not to fuck with.
Susan K gave $300.
Yeah. So Susan K, we know not to fuck with you.
Susan K don't want that smoke.
Right. She want to be anonymous.
She want to be anonymous.
She want to help this other white lady.
Without
Keep
her.
white lady in.
But keep white lady.
You like that? You like that?
Why they keep white lady? But she don't want to be on the line for helping.
No. She
White
don't want her job to be in jeopardy.
She don't want to be next.
Right.
Okay.
They want to do stuff. They want to cancel other motherfuckers, but they don't want to get canceled.
But you did a little more research than that. You did a little more research than finding out that people was given anonymously. Right? We know you got to track the money.
Yeah. And
Got to track the money.
how you stop this support of racism is you got to go after the money.
So the people can give anonymously, and the people that's taking the money don't care either way, because they're getting a percentage of that money that's being given.
Right.
But someone, some entity is supporting the Give Go. What's it called? Give Go something or another?
So essentially what you're trying to say is the way they get that money is through payment processing.
Correct.
So
Correct.
since Give, Send, Go is a for-profit business,
They're going
They
to take
doing what
their
they-
fee. They're
yeah,
going to take
right.
their fees, for sure.
so we want to shut that down. Not shut the business down.
Not shut Give, Send, Go down.
No. We want to stop the support
For the racism.
for the racism.
Yeah.
So we got to go after the pay people.
Got to go after the pay people.
So, got to contact the FTC, put in complaints.
The wild part is this, right? For the people that's giving the money, y'all now helped her quality of life be better than your own,
Right.
essentially.
Right. They okay with that though.
I'm just saying.
They okay with that.
I'm just saying. She got $750,000.
I guarantee a lot of those.
People who give her don't got $750,000.
No. I guarantee the people that's giving the money, Trump supporters.
Might be. I can't speak to that part. But
guarantee
But
it.
this I do know. People who gave her the money don't got $750,000.
No, they don't.
That
They
I
don't.
know. A
Not
little
all of
$10 here, a little $15 there, $5 here. Some people probably gave a couple thousand. Who knows?
Yeah, the people that if they gave thousands, they got money.
I'm just saying.
Because you don't just throw $1,000 away.
That's true.
You don't just throw $1,000 away.
That is true.
If you living paycheck to paycheck, you ain't throwing
do.
$1,000 away.
No. I can't throw $100 away.
You know what I mean? I can't throw this cup of coffee away.
You understand me?
Gotta make sure I eat. Gotta make sure I drink it.
Matter of fact, I might have to. What if we start a GoFundMe account for? Was it Go See Send?
Oh, Give, Send, Go. Yeah,
Give,
because
Give,
we
Send.
never mess with GoFundMe again.
Okay.
GoFundMe is off.
It's off the okay.
Yeah, and that's in subject too. But
Give, Send.
GoFundMe is done.
So we can start a Give, Send, Go for our struggling podcast at the moment to help us get
Get some more equipment.
some more equipment.
Get some more, things to help. But
Right. Everything counts. And by the way, if you enjoy this content, please like, share, follow, subscribe, and also
all of that, and make sure you hit the like button. Please.
Gotta hit the like button. Gotta hit the like button. And once we get to our 100 subscribers, and we get into a space where we can monetize, please support us in that process when we get there, because we're on our way.
We all the way on the way.
Anyway,
We're gonna keep putting these videos out for y'all.
We're gonna keep putting them up.
pushing this content out.
we will.
So subject 2. Let's go to subject 2. Yeah, because I think it's enough for the racism, man. Let's get off of that.
For the white lady, yeah. Let's go.
We can't. Well, that's not more racism. This is.
Jamie, saying type wrote to hearts emoji praying all is well.
Listen, man. You got to control your meta glasses, bro. They're interrupting the session.
Interrupt session, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't supposed to hear that.
Session.
We'll turn the volume down. You're not supposed to hear that.
All you got to do is touch it on the side.
Right,
it
just
back.
slide it back, right.
Yeah.
But I'm so used to using my phone. You're right. You're right about that.
So, we got Hinton Jr., whose son was killed by a police officer. He's now accused of running down a sheriff deputy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's being charged with aggravated murder. I believe that's what it's called.
Something to that effect.
And his sister has started a GoFundMe. Stop recording.
Don't know. Nope. I must have disconnected from the phone or something. I don't know.
So his sister started a GoFundMe for him and this was before he was accused of doing anything,
Okay.
to help with lawyer fees, the burial for his son. And after he was accused, the police department made a big stink about it to GoFundMe, and GoFundMe took their account down. Then they, GoFundMe, sent out an apology and took it down. They didn't just take it down. They apologized to the police department. So somebody else, I don't know if it was the sister or whoever, they did it on Give, Send, Go.
Okay. They just changed
And so-
platforms.
Yeah, and so as of right now, I don't know if that's been closed down or not, because I didn't get to fully research that
Okay.
before we started our cast, but I will check into it and give an update later.
Okay. About that a little bit. So every year, well, I've seen the videos. All of these officers in court, solidarity
Yeah,
and intimidation,
and intimidation.
right? Wanting to make their presence felt in his case every day they can. Now, mind you, crimes are out being committed.
But
With
you
all
got
y'all sitting in here
30 officers inside a courtroom
doing what? Intimidating.
stealing government money. That's what it is.
Intimidating that man.
Trying to,
Trying to.
but he.
Because he ain't budge. You see him in
Nah,
the court
he
when
head
come
high.
in,
He head high, yo.
in and out every trip, head high.
So, but is it right for them to be in there
Wrong.
trying to intimidate?
Wrong.
That's what I say.
Wrong.
They should be out doing their job,
Yes.
stopping the next crime from happening. But they don't stop crime. They respond to crime.
To respond to crime is
Right?
different.
Yeah.
By default, law enforcement can only respond to crime. They
Right.
can't stop. You can't avoid a crime.
No, that's not by default. They can prevent some crime by having a greater presence.
They ain't got no presence if they all in the courtroom.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you out driving around and looking for stuff or walking the beat, things can't happen as easily.
Right. But now you in court trying to intimidate
you in
one,
court.
One individual, right? And I'm not saying that police and community presence, the relationship is the greatest. There are things that needs to be done on both sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
To a degree, both sides need to calm down a little bit, right? However, in my mind's eye, the community's fear of police, and obviously I'm speaking about black and brown experience because I'm black and brown,
Right?
right? It's a fear. It's a response. This is a fearful response. And on the police side, it's so culturally, they so culturally infused with projecting anger and hate and animosity, right? But the time has made it so that, you know, I mean, black people not scared of white people no more. We're just not. Right? And white people refuse to acknowledge that. But
Right.
that's not our fault. That's your fault. That's their fault.
Right.
So now we're talking police. We all know police deep rooted in hunting down slaves. We know that already.
That's where it came from.
That's where it came from. We know, and that part of the culture is very ingrained in the process.
Right.
Still,
It's never changed.
it's never changed. You see, that part has to get pulled out of policing. You see, and that, in my mind's eye, will take a step closer to better police-community relations.
That's going to take a whole overhaul.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
A whole overhaul.
But I will say this though. So, well, I don't know about the whole overall. Let me tell you why. I read an article maybe 20 years ago. I want to say it was in the New York Times. I got to look this up. I'll have to find it. They projected that racism would end in 2030 something. Okay? The premise was this. America is a melting pot.
Correct.
Okay? And the projection was because of so many biracial children, right? Those children will be in positions of authority come 2030 something, give or take.
I see where it goes.
And those people don't want to be put in a box. I'm not black or white. I'm not Hispanic or white. I'm not white or whatever other thing
Right.
I am. I'm both.
I'm me.
I'm me. You see? So people keep systemic racism afloat. You change the people, the systematic racism goes away.
Right.
So now you have a society where one group of people is not predominantly looking to hold down another group of people because people are people at this point.
Okay. So on that premise, on that article,
Yeah.
I think Trump might have read it.
So you feel like this is his last dance for real?
Because
It's 2025.
he's trying to get these people up out of here.
It's not that many. It's not that much time left.
Right.
So if I go by the article math,
Yes.
it's going to be.
Stephen Miller definitely read that article.
It's going to be a few. It's only a few years left.
Because
before,
Stephen oh, these people got to go and they don't deserve no due process because they shouldn't have been here.
I'm just saying.
Get them out. Get them out of the country.
So now
The
you got.
judges say, bring this man back. They say, if they bring him back, we're going to deport him again anyways. We're just going to send him somewhere else.
So to bring it all home, 2035 or so, police are going to be mixed race individuals, pulling over other mixed race individuals.
So that's why they're thinking that it'll go away. I don't
Significantly reduced.
Yeah, I don't think it ever go away.
I don't know that because
Because
listen,
people-
because racism and classism are two different things, right? Colorism is a whole nother thing. So that will probably take longer, but you won't have a group of Republicans, white people, who are actively, diabolically opposed to anything that's not central to their plight. They don't care what the consequences are. You see?
Facts.
So, we're going to be past that point, is my point. So, this man, son got shot in the back,
In the back. Running away.
running away,
On video.
on video. If that's not murder, now he's going to say I was in fear for my life. Have you ever in your life been afraid of someone that was running away from you, armed or unarmed?
No. And in New York State, not talking about the police, but in New York State, if you shoot a person in the back that's running away from you, that's murder. Even if in the beginning it was going to be self-defense, once he retreated, you have a duty to retreat too.
Stop shooting.
Yeah.
At a minimum, don't shoot.
At a minimum, don't.
At a minimum, don't shoot.
Don't
You gotta
shoot him
let
in
him
the
get
back.
away. You gotta let him get
Yeah,
away. Even though, even if you're concerned that he might come back,
He might come back. You could be diligent and pay attention, but you can't just
you can't keep shooting.
you can't just fire and shoot him in the back.
Got you. Heard. Okay. All right. I'll take that.
You know what I mean?
I'll take that. All right, that's fine. So, a trained individual, i.e. an officer,
Yep.
right, has learned several ways to de-escalate a situation. None of those practices were employed, and in fact, took another step to now, for lack of a better phrase, target practice against people who were retreating. And in the process of this retreat, young man is dead.
Gone forever.
Right? Now, grieving family. We don't know what happened. Right? Car gets hit. Said cop that did the killing is in the vehicle. Who's also in the vehicle? The father of the son that got killed.
Kind of lost me there.
Okay. Okay. How are they saying that the cop got killed or allegedly killed?
Allegedly, from the video I watched of the court proceeding, he sped up, ran the cop over, took an angle to go right towards the officer. They said there's no skid marks, no signs of him trying to slow down, anything like that.
Okay.
Now, with this being by a college, I'm wondering where the footage is of this.
All the footage is gonna come out in court. Now,
Because usually we see footage, we ain't seen no footage
what you
yet.
gotta say? Well, listen. That footage is gonna be leaked for sure.
Well, we need to
Historically, well, I tell you what. Okay, so let's
We need to see it.
We got to dial it back a little bit because we have now gotten so accustomed to footage coming out quick as possible, right? We forget that there is due process, right? So
No, not according to Stephen Miller.
there is due process, sir. So if someone has the footage and they release the footage, that's one thing, right? But what I'm also saying is that, so fast forward, shoots a kid in the back.
That footage was manipulated.
True.
That's why we need the footage to come out as soon as possible so they don't get to manipulate the footage. And we need to hash it, hash verify it. You understand what I'm saying? We need to be able to verify that this film has not been tampered with because police nowadays are tampering with film.
Okay. All right. So the language is that the father of the kid that got killed,
Yes.
was in the vehicle that hit the cop that killed his son.
Yeah, they're saying he was driving, but
Someone's saying that he wasn't.
somebody's saying he wasn't driving. This person also said the police had no interest in what she had to say.
And is that unfamiliar information?
Huh?
Is that unfamiliar information?
That's
It's very familiar.
That's very familiar.
If it doesn't fit the side that they want to see.
Yeah.
How many stories have we heard about historically when it comes to black people having evidence that could have vindicated them just not being walked down because it didn't fit the narrative?
Right.
And this is one of those cases.
And that's what I'm saying. We got to let it all come out. But when somebody says, I was there unseen, I
And got
also
footage?
tried to help this man. No, she was trying to help him get out of the car
Get out of
because
the
he was
car.
hurt.
Oh,
He
so
fucked up. He was passed out. Airbags deployed. All this. From these are her accounts
right.
as a witness.
Okay.
She said she tried to tell the police. She said the police wasn't concerned with, not with him being injured,
But with the officer.
but with the officer being injured, and didn't give a damn what she was trying to say.
So if you were this witness, right, wouldn't you be very clear about what side of the car you pulled someone off of?
Yes.
That would be relevant.
That is relevant.
Okay.
So for you to not take no interest in what I got to say,
That's dismissive of the public.
yeah, I don't feel it's right. We got to let all the facts come out.
And
know
there
what I
very
mean?
well may be footage of that happening also.
I hope so.
There could very well be footage of that happening.
And if that happens, that's why they slow walking video. Or they'll say none exists. The cameras wasn't working that day. Anytime,
Not on a college campus.
huh?
Not on a college campus.
Bro,
Video's not working today, not on a
and
college
that-
campus.
and
Not all the things that's going on with college kids drunk driving, date rape, and all this other stuff that's going on college campuses. There's no way the cameras wasn't working.
yeah, but taking it back, going back to the case I was talking about before, library footage disappeared.
Okay, all right. Well,
And only in that 5-minute segment where her car was over there, library footage disappeared. It gone, don't exist.
you gotta understand something. You know, the system that we have is not perfect.
I know, it's rigged.
I'm not
And
making
they
excuses
will-
for it. I'm not
and
making
they will-
excuses for it. I'm just saying it's not perfect.
They will put it down on you, whoever they feel like it.
Agreed. So, let's ask the question. Cop right or wrong for shooting a boy in the back?
Dead wrong.
Okay. If in fact the dad was behind the wheel, saw the police that killed this kid, was he right or wrong for running them over?
Wrong.
I'm gonna say he was
Can't
right.
be, you can't be a vigilante.
I'm
You
gonna say
gotta
he was
let
right.
justice take place.
I'm gonna say he was right.
No, he was not right. One, it's not even the person that did it to his son. The police, city
It was officer.
police,
It was officer.
no, listen. The city police killed your son. You ran over a sheriff.
Oh no, it's two different people. No, you're wrong.
Right.
You out of line.
See what I'm saying?
You out of line. He just striking back at the
He
system.
didn't
At that
even,
point.
we don't even know what state of mind he was in, first of all.
He just striking back at the system at that point.
Right.
Yeah,
But,
no,
you know,
no.
if in fact he guilty of this, you know, if he really did it. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna let the facts come out. We just want to address the subject, address the problems.
See, that's a
address
small
things.
fact that I overlooked also, in the sense that it never dawned on me that he had another cop that got killed. In my mind's eye, I don't know, maybe I projected this onto it, but I thought he had killed the same cop that killed his son.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
No.
Okay. I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe I glossed over that. Maybe, maybe my mind wanted me
Yeah,
to.
the sheriff that got killed he actually had retired. He did 32
oh,
years before he retired.
you out of here, King. You gone, my boy.
He was working at the college campus because he kept being.
No.
kept being a soldier.
No. You out of there. You out of there. Yeah, you out of there, King. I ain't gonna lie to you. You out of there. If it had been the cop that actually shot his son, I would have had more. I'd have more leniency in terms of like, okay, a little bit of vindication. But this is just a random sheriff that no. Doesn't matter what your state of mind was. I mean, okay, so some people say police are police are police. I hear that part.
It do for the charges.
Yeah.
Like malice murder versus.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
you're right.
Like,
There's no telling what state of mind he was in at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true. But I know this though. As a father, and we don't know if that was his only kid or not. But as a father, I would think that you got to think about all your kids, right?
Yeah, if he had more than one.
If you have more than one, but if your kid if you do something, protect one of your kids, and you end up in prison, you got at least one more other kid. Now, that other kid is now unprotected.
Yes.
I'm just saying that's something you have to think about, that kind of thing. So you want vindication, but you also have a responsibility to your children that's still alive.
Right, but you gotta first get vindication through the courts.
Well,
And if it fails, which a lot of time it does.
Yeah. Well, people don't understand also. So the legal system is about justice, so to speak. But you know what it's also about, believe it or not? And people never think about this part.
What?
Take a guess.
I have no clue. Because I don't even believe it's injustice.
I'm not saying it's justice. I'm not saying it's justice, but the legal system is also designed to absolve you from responsibility. That's supposed to be the other benefit of letting the law handle whatever grievance that you have.
Okay, so how is it trying to absolve you from responsibility?
I.e., me not killing the cop that killed my kid. Let him go to prison. So that is supposed to be, so that absolves me from responsibility of killing him back. Because the court system is, he's going to pay the penalty for murder. You see?
Okay.
So that's supposed to absolve. So something is happening, and if I participate in the legal process to prosecute him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only does he not get away with killing my kid, I'm also still out here able to take care of the rest of my children.
So what happens when the cop don't go to prison?
It's a whole nother conversation. It's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, they said they're gonna seek the death penalty.
Nasty. Well, I mean, he just killed a random officer. That's different. So he might got that coming to him.
I mean, the officer killed a random kid.
Also true. And he got what's coming to him.
We hope.
We don't know.
I said we hope. Number three.
Let's go.
Number 3. We're trying to get into this real reason. The real reason for Shedeur's slide in the draft. And
That's
I have
still a
some
thing?
opinions on it. It's still a hot subject. I don't know if you got any opinions on it.
I mean, I do, but I do. We'll go.
My opinions on the subject. We got 3 things here. We got about 12 teams, 6 or 12 teams. Trying to do my calculations in my head. They needed a quarterback. You know what I mean? And
I'll meet you in the middle at 8. I mean, everybody needs a quarterback, but yeah.
for the majority of the 24 of 2024, he was seen as a top 5 pick.
Okay.
They haven't played no football since December.
Okay.
How did he drop in the draft? All right.
Because
Okay.
I do football.
So they said there's being reports that he had a bad interview with the Giants.
Did he?
They put some trick plays in and he didn't figure them out and whatever. No, they record these interviews, so where's the footage? All these interviews is recorded. Where's the footage?
That's a good question, sir.
So my real take on it is that if you draft Shedeur, right, the GM, if you're a GM and not, the owner of the Cowboys, my team, you know what I mean, where the owner wants to be the GM instead of hiring somebody,
And a coach.
right? So let's just take it like this. Now, let's say Giants drafted him, right? Let's say they had took him, right? And they took him in the first round, right? So that would have been like, what, the second pick, whatever?
Yeah, they could have traded.
All right. Huh? They could, yeah, they could, but what I'm saying is, let's say
anybody could have did that, though.
they draft him, right? And they putting him in as a starter, whatever. And the owner gives you 2 seasons and things not going right. I think coaches and GMs are afraid that Dion will get their job. That the owner would be like,
Yeah.
I need to bring his dad in here so we can get our money's worth.
So on that note, I wonder if that's a slight, though. Because you kind of saying he can't play for nobody but his dad.
Yeah, that's what they be trying to say.
So that's a slight to Shedeur. in a way, in the sense that like he not even, like if he gonna be a quarterback, he gonna be a quarterback. But if he can only play for his dad, then is he really that good?
How can you only play for one coach?
I'm just saying.
That's not a slight on the dad. That's a slight on these other coaches' inabilities.
I'm saying it could be turned to be a slight on Shedeur.
Yeah, there's two sides to every story.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying that. There's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, okay, the Jets had what's the name of the quarterback? Dang. Why the name is not coming to me.
Ask Meta.
But anyways,
Ask Meta.
hey Meta, who was the Jets quarterback in 2021?
The New York Jets quarterback is Justin Fields, who signed a 2-year, $40 million deal with the team. I may also use your interest, location, and profile to provide more relevant responses.
NFL draft.
Zach Wilson,
Okay.
drafted second overall, right?
Okay.
Stunk it up the place over there, right?
Okay. But he got drafted second.
Second, right? Listen, he stunk it up the place over there.
Okay.
Last year, he had the Vikings. He was tearing ass.
System.
He was tearing it up.
Yeah.
System,
Different
right?
systems.
Right.
Yeah, different systems. Right. Yeah.
Better coaching.
Better coach.
Because to go second in the draft, you had talent.
Yeah, you had talent. So let me ask you this then. He's at Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
He had a record last year.
11-6.
11-6?
11-6.
11-6? Okay. We got a quarterback that we want to build a team around. If they go worse than 11-6 next year, what does that mean? Or does it mean anything at all?
If they worse than 11-6, I'm saying the ship not right. They don't got the right pieces.
Went 11-6 last year.
Right. So you can't do worse than that. I mean, you're not improving.
Are they going to say Shedeur's the weak link?
We don't even know if Shedeur's playing.
I'm just saying. I mean,
You saying if Shedeur started all the games?
Yeah.
Is they going to blame it on him?
Mm-hmm.
For sure they would blame it on him. Are they going to blame it on the coach?
no.
They
Should they blame it on the coach?
They ain't blaming it on the coach this year.
They did not. You right?
They had 3 different quarterbacks playing last year.
They did. Oh, so if Shedeur starts and he plays all 17 games and they don't go, and they go worse than 11-6, the numbers could say that he's responsible for that. Numbers could say that. But they say he in Cleveland, he working, he getting reps, he building camaraderie, he building chemistry with his O-line. Like,
No, O-line not even there yet.
I'm just saying, but
He's
he's
building chemistry with rookies.
What?
That's who all there.
Same difference.
Rookies.
Okay.
So
But we all going, listen, we all going to play. Well, we all not going to play, but
everybody
Everybody
gonna
not
play in
gonna-
the preseason, the little
Yeah.
training camps, just the mini training camps. Everybody gonna try to get a chance. They're gonna give them a chance to see who should stay and who should go.
exactly. That's what the preseason is about.
So
You know what I wonder too? Why teams will draft a player and then trade him in a heartbeat? Why did anybody do that?
because it's a business.
I mean, he could have been a first-round draft pick and just got traded to Cleveland on the background. That could have happened
But why would you do that?
for better picks next time.
So you
So I take the number 1 ranked quarterback off the board. So now I'm basically bartering you for other picks. If we never really wanted you,
but for you to have a high pick like that, Your team ain't shit. So why would you do that?
So I can get better picks later.
So you throwing that year away already? That
I mean,
you like we still ain't gonna be shit this year.
I mean, it's not often that football teams turn around in 1 year. You gotta have a whole lot of motion to turn a football team around in 1 year. So there gotta be a lot of motion.
Yeah, you just got to get everybody on the same page, buying in.
Do you?
You
Okay,
gotta have
so
some people that's willing to do the work.
think Tom Brady left the Patriots, right? He go to this next team, his last team, take him to the chip, win the chip. You think that's just happening? You think Tampa Bay was going to go to the chip that year without Tom Brady?
No.
Exactly.
What I said was
You got to have a lot of motion.
No, it wasn't a lot of motion. What it was somebody coming in and writing the motherfucking ship.
It's a lot of motion.
Okay,
But
what do you describe as motion? Because maybe
I'm just saying, like, okay.
you're saying a lot of pieces need to move?
Yeah.
Okay.
A whole lot of pieces got to move.
Okay.
It can't just be this star rookie quarterback coming out of.
It can't be Jaden Daniels, right?
No. Well, I mean,
it can't be getting Jaden Daniels and going to playoffs and almost going to the Super Bowl, right?
Shit, that was unexpected, but yeah.
Hey, anomalies happen.
That does happen.
So don't say it can't happen.
I'm saying you need a lot of motion, that's all. So you need a lot of fucking motion, yo. Listen, the young man might do great. I believe that he will.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping the best for him. Just know that this draft situation.
It was more of a slight there, Sue. We keeping you ninjas in line.
I agree with you on that one. I agree with that one.
You cannot say you got the wrong skin tone to say who you will and will not play for. Who you will and will play for. You ain't got it like that. Your name ain't Manny. That's what we showed you. Your name ain't Manny.
Mm-hmm. So what also pisses me off, well, I'm gonna say more melt my knowledge than pissing me off, but to each their own. I don't know that I could keep this high road that the Sanders family is on. I like it for them though.
But you're mad about it.
I don't know that I could do it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But you gotta understand something. Football, they in the football business.
Right.
So
they're trying to build legacies. So
listen.
They can't step too far out of line.
I don't know about stepping out of line, but at the same time, you call a spade a spade. Like, yeah, that was some bullshit. You can say that was some bullshit.
No,
we
he
hear
did.
anyway.
He did.
Yeah, say, yeah, this
He said we all know this wasn't supposed to happen.
We all know this wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah. So,
but it's on to the next step. He took it on the chin.
Yeah.
He didn't act out.
Yeah. We always gotta take it on the chin, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I suppose. But
they keep talking about, oh, this was humbling. He been humble.
Listen.
Just because you celebrate, just because you know how to, you got money.
You got Sharp brother, Sterling Sharp, Uncle Sharp. Like legacy, like the Sanders are gonna be, in my mind's eye, a real football legacy team. Pop's a Hall of Famer. I think his son is going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. Like, this is generational.
It could be. We gotta see. We gotta let it play out.
Yeah. I mean, don't RG3 yourself though.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be smart.
But
I'm saying, but for a family to use the NFL as a means for success for their family is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
That's bigger than having, because it's brothers and cousins playing in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
But they're not doing this.
They're not.
They just playing. They just playing.
You just got cousins in the league. It's not like first family.
This is my point.
Yep.
So this is a different kind of thing. So not only will Shedeur be winning the NFL, Pops is still going to be winning on the college level.
Right.
This is football business. Huh? Deion is also making a way for other Hall of Fame coaches.
But check this out.
That's amazing, bro. That's not amazing?
Yeah, that's great. Check this out, though. How fitting is that Shedeur in the AFC and Shiloh in the NFC, and how they could meet in the Super Bowl.
Legacy, sir.
If it happens.
Legacy, sir.
If things go well, they could meet in the
Legacy,
Super Bowl.
sir.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Legacy.
That's dope.
I'm just saying. Legacy.
That's dope.
It's a beautiful deal. To be
You know
on,
what I would have loved to see that we didn't get to see? The Mannings in the Super Bowl against each other.
that would have been
I
nice.
would have loved to see that.
That would have been nice. That would have been nice.
Peyton would have tore his ass up, though.
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But that's where I'm at with it. That's
No,
that's where
it's
I'm
a
at
good
with the
deal. It's a
things
good
that's
deal.
going on in politics today, you know, in the world today, and the current events.
We appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your opinion, sir.
Thank you.
Very kind of you.
Thank you for having me.
It's very kind of you.
You know, I like hosting this show with you. You know?
I appreciate you.
Because you're always wrong. That's the problem.
No.
Occasionally you right. You're right. You're right occasionally.
You said occasionally I'm white?
No, right. Right. As in turn right, left.
So do you understand that on paper I'm African American, sir?
On paper, I'm African American too.
In real life you are African American. In real life, sir. In real life you are African American, sir. In real life. In your everyday affairs, sir, you are in fact African American.
Okay. So what are you in real life?
A whole nigga. I ain't lying. But on paper.
But on paper. Yeah, when it comes to the interview, right? When they look at the stuff to get you to the interview,
Yeah.
you're African American.
All them letters that's behind my name count. They all mean something. It's all in the paperwork.
I got you. We want to thank you for watching this show. If you made it to the end, leave some blue hearts in the comments.
Absolutely. Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe. You're going to be getting more content from us. And if, leave it in the comments. If y'all have thoughts, views, and opinions, leave it in the comments.
Please, we appreciate it.
Yep. And we're going to respond.
It's going to help us make us better,
Absolutely.
bring more content that you like.
Let us know.
Signing out.
Let us know. We're right or wrong.
Don't forget to subscribe.